So, a quick note, one thing that's different from the last tournament apparently is that we're not doing a swap phase. So
Okay.
players are picking the heroes right away.
That's good. Takes less time.
Less confusion as well. I think there was a lot of confusion last time about what team was where, and especially when
Exactly.
you know, one team would pick a Nubrak and you're like, whoa, wait a second, was that Weasel's team?
Yeah, it was a little weird. Oh, hey, we also have
kinda
names. We also have player names displaying this time because that was broken
Yes.
last time. All right. So Mamma Mia on the right side, they are red team, and Keep Summer Safe is on the left, the blue team.
Right off the bat, banning the Asmo. We already talked about that. I think that's probably pretty smart.
Oh yeah.
It's-
I would just respect ban Mig.
Yeah, get that off the board. I think he could still go Nazebo here and be totally fine.
Oh, of course. He could go Zagara even.
Hmm.
Any just good specialist works.
If he
could just dominate bot lane right away.
If he goes Nazebo, what I would want to see, I guess, from Mamma Mia is I'd play a lot of Nazebo, so you would want to threaten him with auto attack heroes, like people who can dive him, because that way it keeps him from A, he doesn't have escapes, B, he doesn't have if he takes superstition, then you're gonna shred him. I don't know if that's the right pick. So they switched to the last second and banned Zagara. I think Asmo was more what he was
Oh, were
feeling.
they hovering Asmo?
They were hovering Asmo. Oh, could you not see that?
I didn't actually see them hovering Asmo on my screen.
Yeah, me neither.
Oh, really? Okay.
But, okay.
Okay, then Abathur right off the bat.
From Keep Summer Safe.
Yeah, I'm not sure they actually needed to target ban Mig. We talk about it, but just like we said, if you don't take Asmodan as your first pick in your
he's
rotation,
just gonna go something else.
Yeah, he's just
exactly.
gonna take Asmodan. So you're forcing yourself to take that pick.
Yeah. And the other thing too is I think rather than target ban Mig, you should probably just be all right, he's going to take X. Let's just play around it.
Or just play around it, right?
Nubrak, solid pick here.
Okay. And so we talked about initially, so about Warriors, right? And I think Knight is maybe one of the higher MMR players in this tournament.
Yep.
So again, having him on your Warrior where he's controlling the engagements is maybe more beneficial. You know what I mean? It's
really
an
good,
advantage, I think, for them.
And Nubrak is basically the top tier tank right now.
Correct, yeah. So we are going to see Dreamwalker on Zool, which I think is probably...
He plays that a lot, yeah.
He plays it a lot, and this is a great map for Zool.
Yeah, absolutely.
So the
he
idea...
can dual soak top mid easy.
Exactly.
Got a huge XP advantage.
So what I think you'll want to see probably from Mamma Mia is just people who are going to threaten him and gank him. You know what I mean? Because if...
Yes.
You could always just go a Leoric or something, solo laner that could keep up with the double Zool soak.
You basically, the way to beat Zool on this map is to pressure him out of lane.
Right, exactly.
Mamma Mia picks up Mouth and Li Ming. Li Ming definitely a huge comfort pick for Kieri. She's very, very good, very, very comfortable on Li Ming. Does absolute god's work on it. Ragnaros ban from Keep Summer Safe.
It's an interesting ban. I kind of like it. They can't just push out the Zool. They have to do something for it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
I'm not sure anyone. I mean, I'm not sure Monkus or Dover play Ragnaros though, right?
So you know what? Weird. You know what? Monkus has been playing Ragnaros. And in fact,
really?
we played all day.
So maybe okay.
Yeah, we played all day this morning. Yeah, so they got the Abathur off the map, they got the Ragnaros off, and then maybe that's just to target Monkus.
Maybe that's a little bit of intel. Then,
they're going all in on the Monkus then.
Yeah. Uther
it's
ban
not
here.
a bad strategy.
I like the Uther ban. Uther has ubiquitously been a thorn in many people's sides.
They're going. Ooh.
I love
really
this.
like Oriole.
This is so good.
Though this is a surprise. I've not seen Mig on anything but a specialist, I don't think.
Yeah.
Occasionally a warrior,
a bit of a surprise. But
so far Mamma Mia is in a bit of a bind. They need to deal with the Zool. They need to find a hero that can deal with that rotation. But they also need to be able to handle the Lunara Oriole combination. Right now they can't do anything about that.
And neither of the two players who are left play tank killers. And I think they're definitely going to...
Whoa.
Okay.
Oh, hello.
Okay. I did see Monkus played some Abathur or some Asmo with me today, and we actually talked for quite a while about Asmo builds. And he was, he saw me play a couple games, and he was like, "Wow, dude, Asmodan's pretty good." I was like, "Yeah, dude."
If we assume that Zool and Azmodan are paired up against each other in the top, I'm not convinced that the 4-man for Mamma Mia will stack up well against whatever 4-man shows up for the other team.
I agree with you, and I also think that
There's the Tyrael.
Yeah, there's the Tyrael. I also just think that Zool wins anyway.
Right.
It's
At least
not
until Asmo gets stacked.
at least until he gets stacks, right? And so here's the thing: like, if you only have Zool top, he can't get Sieging Wrath stacks, and if you don't have anybody with you anyway, like, he can't get Taste for Blood. I don't think this is a Taste for Blood map.
Hey, I'm gonna
it's not.
be really quick.
Mm-hmm.
So
Well, here's the thing, though. If they go... Can they even put Azmodan top? He probably needs to be, but who's their
They
offlane?
have to. But he's not. Yeah, that's really rough.
Who's their offlane?
Now that
Yeah.
you mention it, he's not going to get any seed stacks, and this is not a Taste for Blood map. So what does he expect to do against the Zool?
Kime says that he thinks that he's in Red's favor here. Or he thinks the Reds, if they can secure picks, Arctic saying, they they have no strong answer to Zool. I think that Zool's going to dominate early on. I don't think they can really pressure him. I mean, they have to aggressively get on him with the tanks, and then... I'm not sure.
If you think he might go E build, like he might risk just trying to burn stuff down, the Azmodan.
Azmodan?
He could, I guess.
That's risky though with Azul.
Yeah, but which one of the bomb builds can he actually go? He can't go sieging because he's not going to be next to the 4, and he can't go Taste for Blood because he doesn't have any help to do that.
Oh yeah, because he's going to be bottom. He's going sieging though, so
Interesting.
I still don't mind it because it's like, here's the thing, it's a very easy quest to complete, and you're still going to complete it. Maybe not as fast as you would like to, by going against the 4, but you're still going to complete it. All right, so right off the
he's going to
bat,
get a ton of stack spot because he's
right
going
off
up
the
against the
bat,
4.
Keep Summer safe is 4-manning bottom. I don't think I like this because they don't really have a lot of ways to do anything to the towers, right?
Well, no, they have... Yeah, they have...
Lunara.
They have Oriole, but like Oriole Lunara depends on...
I like it.
They're going to shove it down.
Look at this. Invictus is already pressured off, right? They can't do anything because Oriole can't generate enough energy. Lunara's energy... Oriole's energy gain is entirely dependent on Lunara spreading poison to as many targets as possible.
Yeah, and they are actually giving Monkus Sieging Wrath stacks by being down here.
Yep,
Right,
but if
so
we
they're
look at
trading
top
the
lane-
wall for stacks.
If we look at top lane, Mamma Mia already busted down the tower. They saw what Keep Summer Safe was doing, and they were like, all right, we can do that too.
Yeah, that's a good call on the shot calling here. Like the
Really good
putting the
shot calling.
Azmodan bot.
Great macro play. And so both teams just, again, converge on the chests. They each gets 5 coins. Monk is just like getting stacks.
I love
They're
this. This is
still
great.
continuing to stay bottom. He's already at 13.
Yeah.
13 stacks at like 1 minute 30 in is really good.
I think they're just saying it's a foregone conclusion that he finishes that quest early. But if they don't force this bot to like shove it down hard, they're gonna lose really fast.
And again, this is exactly what I was saying, right? Like, look how low they are, and look how much energy Oriole has, or for that matter, doesn't have. She cannot keep them up.
Yeah, Monkus is at 18 stacks, man. And he is out of mana, though. He
meanwhile-
doesn't have a well.
Meanwhile, you look at Mamma Mia, and it's like, they've gotten down top wall and mid wall, and everyone's healthy.
Yeah, the more that I think about this 4-man, the less I like the Tyrael pick.
Yeah. I can see what they were going for, but honestly, they just didn't have enough sustain. When you have a healer like Oriole, who doesn't have mana, who has an alternate resource system, this isn't going to work unless you have somebody that can, like, really just provide that energy.
Yeah, I think Azaria would have been really good here, actually. If they
Azaria
wanted to
would've
push the
worked.
early game for that pressure.
So, this is really interesting decision-making, I would say, from the case of Keep Summer Safe, because right now,
watch the
Team
Zool.
Mamma Mia is ahead. Ooh, Tubber goes in.
Goes in
Doesn't get
deep.
the flip,
Not able to secure the pick.
Mid completed his quest already.
though. Yeah. So like this is the crazy thing though, right? Because Keep Summer Safe has gotten one set of towers and one fort. Mamma Mia has gotten down 2 sets of towers and 1 fort. They are ahead.
Not quite enough for a turn-in yet, either.
Nope. And you might think that, well, everything's even right now, and it kind of is, like, level-wise, but structurally, they have a massive advantage, and they're getting a second fort now. And this is all because Keep Summer Safe did not respond to them. It was a
Mamma Mia also... They also took down the top fort, which is a pretty big win condition for the boss.
Oh, yeah.
Dover's, gonna get picked up. So that's pretty
A
big.
little too greedy.
Just a little too deep, yep. As Diablo, you have to be extremely careful about your positioning, because you don't have an escape. Unlike a Nubrak, who can just eon out of there.
You think you can open both
Chests are up again.
Keep Summer Safe and get a quick turn in here. Maybe hope that the cannons will help them catch up a little bit.
Talent picks seem pretty standard so far. Nothing really stands out as being out of the ordinary, right?
I think
the one thing I
Power
will
Hungry's a
say-
little. I think Power Hungry's a little bit out of the ordinary.
Yeah. Power hungry on this map, right? Because it's a little hard to maintain that. Lanes are really spread out. It's not quite as easy to keep up your buff from the globes that you get. I'm also... Anubrak also went Regen Master, which I guess... Yeah, I guess I can see that, right? Because they don't really have... They have, like, ability damage, but it's not burst, right? So I think,
They're also-
in that respect, you would want the health regen and the health more.
Like, they're also rotating between the lanes, like the 2 top lanes.
Right.
So he's getting his globes pretty quickly. Like, all the camps are up there and everything.
This is also fascinating because Mamma Mia has been rotating between top and mid, which means that Zool hasn't been able to do what he wants to do.
Right. No, not at all.
Zool wants to dual soak, and they've been pressuring him away. This is fantastic play from Mamma Mia.
Now he does have the most XP earned on his team. He's at 4,700.
Yep.
But yeah,
Keep Summer Safe has ignored the bottom lane for a good minute now. Like, they've actually been missing at least 2 waves of soak.
Yeah.
they have. According to this,
Dover's in really deep. He gets rooted, getting really low.
Knight went deep. Taking a lot of damage
Nara's
though.
poking him out. Yeah.
Nice.
They kind of just have to, yeah, and this is where Oriole actually starts to shine, right? In the team fights.
Right. This is what KSS actually wants, right? They want to team fight because they have an advantage in sustain with Ariel and with Lunara.
Now the thing is though, Mamma Mia backs off, but like they have Malfurion, so he can just keep potting them up, potting those heal over times, and their team just gets right back to full. Which, similar to Oriole, how Oriole can just keep everyone up, but Oriole is burst healing, Oriole's on a much shorter cooldown. It is interesting to note, though, because if they do decide just to retreat from the fights, Malfurion will just keep them all topped off. So, to that end, Keep Summer Safe should aim to just win team fights, like hard, right? They shouldn't allow them to escape. They should aim for getting at least 1 kill.
So Ultimate's going out. Ultimate's going out first on the way of KSS. Do you see anything here that's interesting? I think Sanctification.
Sank is pretty standard. I don't think you would want to go Judgment against their comp.
Thornwood Vine. They have a
Yeah,
lot.
like
I don't.
just
like
wants to play
Thornwood.
safe here.
Yeah, no, but is it the same? I agree with you, and I like Thornwood Vine, but when they're gonna dive you with a Nubarak and a Diablo, I feel like I want to be able to get back out.
That's true.
Well,
yeah.
If you hang out in the back and you just let them like clump up and just dance around a little bit, then you should be okay.
Yeah, that's the thing, right? Like you have a double front line with Dahaka Tyrael. You have Tyrael shields. You have Sanctification. I would feel pretty safe not taking Leaping Strike, right? I feel like if I'm taking Leaping Strike, I want to be using it both offensively and defensively. And if you're the Lunar, you can't really use it offensively because
Looks like a team fight's gonna break out mid here
ridiculous
over the
CC that
turn
they
in.
have.
Dahaka's burrow is down, I believe, but he's on his way.
He's coming up. It gets chunked from Asmodean shield. Gets cocooned.
Big silence.
Lasers come out.
Great APOC there from Dover.
Kiri with the reset. Oh, another one.
It's right there. Go grab it.
Okay. Keep Summer safe, has to kind of just go away. Tails between their legs. Looks like this Nubarek Diablo pick is really working out for Mamma Mia so far. They can be very aggressive,
Like your whole beat you to
and they have a lot of layered CC.
So I think the real issue with that team fight is Invictus dove and died without actually using Sank.
Yeah, for sure. I think what they should have done is realized that Dahaka was not there. Just poked, right? Played safe. Wait for Dahaka to come in, and then you can just go in. And then you have Sank, right? If things really go wrong. If Tyrael had sanked out that Apocalypse, that would have gone in completely differently.
Yeah, and Oriel's advantage is she doesn't have mana. So even against a Malfurion, over time she wins.
Yep.
So they could have just played that really safe.
We don't be working for free.
Mamma Mia setting up for another turn.
I love what Mamma Mia is doing right now.
Just playing really patient.
Yeah, hiding in the bushes. Oh, Knight shows himself though. How sick would that have been if they had gotten a bush gank?
Enough to buy my services for now. Load the cannons.
Alright,
Oh,
Clear Hack
Dahaka's
is
in
flipped.
trouble.
Silenced.
Yeah,
He gets out.
another
barely.
bomb's coming in.
Okay, Sank goes out. Just able to get in just in time.
Both
Knight.
teams very, very low, but
Very,
neither
very
can
low.
really commit to a kill here. Yeah, this whole like Oriel Malfurion dynamic is very interesting to watch because both teams are just going to keep getting lower and lower, but they also have ways to just not instantly, but sustain themselves back up.
I'm a little
Very
surprised that Keep Summer Safe forced that, given they had a good half-level lead before that fight started. They could have
They
just
should have
waited
gone for 13. Yeah. Things are honestly, things are really pretty even right now. It's hard to say that one team is really ahead of the other. I think they're both just even.
I did see Memphis do something interesting in that last fight, though. He was about to throw a bomb, and then he saw Saint come out, so he waited to throw the bomb till after.
Yeah. Excellent patience, right?
Dover could be in trouble
Unfortunately,
here.
it didn't work, but
He doesn't know that they're all right there, but I don't
He
think
doesn't
they
know
know
that they're
either.
down there.
I think if they're
true.
I think if they're watching the map, they're gonna see the fire, but they may not be interested in that right now.
Mamma Mia's pushing off top lane. They're kind of posturing for boss, maybe,
they're baiting it.
or maybe there's they might just be baiting it.
Can they bait it 4v5? I mean Dover's visible
They're
bottom.
I think they should just go for it, honestly. Like, they just saw them on the map. They're backing off.
Safe play, smart play.
And now the Wisp scouted them, yeah. Honestly, I think neither team really knows what they should be doing right now. They're sort of just reacting to each other's presence on the map, right? Like, you saw Tyrael try and scout out the boss because they knew that they might be there.
Like, Mamma Mia also knew that their Diablo was showing bot. So if they were going to get a pick, it would have to be like a bait, real quick gank. And if the other team's not showing up, they're probably roaming as 5. You're better off just leaving at that point.
Yeah. What do you think these teams should be doing right now, Ducks?
I'm not really sure. I mean, I think chat was saying before. I think both teams are playing the game that they want to play in a way.
Right.
So, I definitely feel like Mamma Mia is looking for an opening, but they're just not really sure where to find one. If they
Exactly,
if they fight over the turn-in, I think that KSS has an advantage. They have the sustain. They have a lot of sustain, and they can negate a lot of the burst from Kieri. And Mamma Mia has a lot of burst, right? But they have Sank.
Oh, yeah.
They're going boss. They should have gone boss before. Like, when they saw the turn in, they should have
They were
gone
a little
boss.
too
immediately.
Yeah.
They're still gonna get this, though. Absolutely, right? Like,
Yeah, but they're on their way. No, I think they're gonna let them have it.
Oh,
they either that or they don't
nobody
know
have
that they're doing it.
The thing is, though, even if they know, this is not the most impactful boss in the game, right?
I actually think it is.
No,
I think
it's
a pretty impactful boss.
No, I think it's probably the least impactful boss in the game.
No. See, like, here's the thing, right?
It's gonna get a wall.
Top lane
maybe.
is pushed out. Like, and if they decide to push with the boss, they could easily threaten a keep. But they're not doing that.
They do need to get the hell out of there.
To the turn-in.
They could easily have gotten a keep if they pushed with the boss.
They should have just pushed with the boss and then turned
Exactly,
in
yeah.
after.
It would have been a very impactful boss because they would have gotten a keep.
To be honest, dude, they're
and that means
holding
catapult pressure.
they're holding 22 coins. Like, I mean, I get what you're saying, but it's an even talent tier. It's 5v5, even with the boss. I feel like just get that turn in. You know what I mean? The boss is the
right.
screen for you to get the turn in.
It's
The boss
an
got the wall.
interesting. It's an interesting question.
Yeah,
though,
the boss
because
got the
you could
wall.
either- You could either stay with the boss and try and pressure keep and just play safe and back out when it gets too hot, or you can just do what they did and go for the turn in and get map pressure elsewhere. It's interesting, and I'm not sure there's necessarily a correct, like one. Decisive
Well, look,
correct play.
they're gonna get the keep regardless. You see what I'm saying? They got the keep regardless.
Oh, yeah. That is, it's strange because like you could also view it as like, well, maybe they wasted those shots though, right? If they had gotten
Right, they would
Right,
have saved
right.
some
keep
shots.
with the boss instead,
They-
those shots would have instead gone on bottom keep and then potentially on core.
But it's a gamble. I mean,
Yeah.
right? I mean, I'm
No,
not.
You're right. I don't think there's any one particular correct play
Right.
here. Like, and that's the cool thing. about
Might
this
see
map.
career
There's
night get
lots
picked off
of-
if they're.
Oh,
He should be okay.
No,
indeed.
He still has an E.
he has adaptation. Okay, he did use his
He
trait
caught
though.
his trait too. That's okay. So that's a really important tool for career night gone. I honestly don't think he needed to pop it there because he was tunneling out. He probably should have saved it. Now he doesn't have his trait.
He does
he
have
still has
adaptation. He has adaptation.
Adaptation.
He's gonna need to use it.
Oh, this looks rough. They're gonna
Big
get
stun.
bombed
Ooh, I don't like that.
on. Kira's working for the resets. She's going in for the resets.
Ooh, Knight goes in, but gets rooted.
There's another one.
Lots of coins, but against those resets.
Look how low they are.
Yeah,
Look how low Dreamwalker is.
I will point out that sanctification was used, but it was interrupted. It went on cooldown, and that's why
Oh,
that team fight
interesting.
went the way it went.
Yeah.
Good interrupt.
You could tell they were fishing so hard for those resets. They really wanted those.
Oh, was Sanct?
I think they're
Twitch is saying that Sanct was on cooldown when they engaged. I guess maybe
okay.
I missed it. Maybe I saw it go to like
well,
5
yeah, 'cause
seconds.
it's-
I think that it was just interrupted.
okay.
We can go back and check the replay later, but I think it was just interrupted.
No, I saw it get interrupted. I'm pretty sure.
Mamma Mia's entire team fight plan basically revolves around feeding Li Ming those resets, right?
Right.
They need to get at least one kill to snowball the rest of the fight. And it's been very difficult for them to do that because of how
Reached an accord.
Oriel has just been like preventing that basically.
We're on, boys.
It does look like they're posturing for a fight. I mean, Knight can get out really quickly, but he might be in trouble.
If he still has E, he
He's
should
fine.
be okay.
He's fine. He's really being patient with it, which is what he
Right.
should be doing. You
Very
get too early
smart.
and it might be difficult. Okay, so they're gonna loop back up here and hopefully meet around and try and engage, I guess, right?
Well,
I feel like that's what
I'll-
they should be doing.
So I would like to see Knight dive in, cocoon Oreo immediately, follow up with an APOC, and then blow them up.
Yeah, that's what they need to be doing, honestly. He's been not cocooning Oriel, I guess, right?
Right. So she's been getting off a Crystal Aegis every time,
Yeah,
keeping her
for
team
sure.
up.
And they don't have a lot of like, well, Tahaka can like kind of quickly burn the cocoon down, but if you play
Knight
around with
is
W
really
them-
deep
The
and
Knight's chasing
split.
like crazy, yeah.
Oh, they're very split here. Good holy ground though. Dover going in.
Okay, there's the
Sanct
Sanct
out.
this time. Dover gonna get collapsed on, I think. But he is.
I think they're getting it. Resets are coming, yep.
MVP
Welcome to
of
Reset
that
Town.
fight was easily Gashnar on the Malfurion. That Twilight Dream completely turned
Ooh.
things around.
This fight is hilarious.
Wow, that fight was like insane. Because Keep Summer safe. Keep Summer safe.
I don't know
like,
how they managed to
was-
get those 2
was
kills.
Dived really deep, and then the Malfurion.
Oh, and the
Twilight
null
Dream
pointer.
completely turned things around. Let's check talents real quick, right?
Yep.
So Lunara went Giant Killer, which I agree with that because they have double tank. Lunara's attack speed is fairly high, especially with her 16 talent, which increases her attack speed even more.
Mm-hmm.
Blue team's call.
So
Oriole-
Oriole took Converging Force.
Spellpower. Oh yeah, that's well. What else are you gonna take, right?
Um,
You don't really need the blind.
Okay, so this is a full turn in plus a boss.
Boys, let's liven up this.
Material
I mean,
force
you don't
on
need the
ground.
blind, but it helps mitigate damage. It's always a decent choice.
I don't know
Oh,
why
interesting to
Monkus
note,
is so ginger about getting this camp or the coins. Okay, so this is gonna cost him a
Interesting
keep.
Destroy the fort.
Li Ming actually is going Q build. She went Seeker, Cannoneer, Mirror Ball. Like that's why she has so much burst right now.
So this is win
And-
condition right here.
Yep.
If they push with the
Mamma
boss,
Mia
they can
takes
win.
the boss, and they can just push in because they have no keep. If all 5 of them just go right now, I would hope that Asmodean goes with them.
Yeah, I don't think they have the damage to kill it. Lunara did not take the damage against PvE targets at level 7.
I think Monkus is getting the 20, or trying to, before they get to that fight. So they're pretty tight on the 20. Maybe
Oh,
a
yeah.
couple seconds
Okay, well,
later.
there's 4v5, and
This
KSS
is a
does
little
have 20.
hairy.
Volvo should not be there.
This is very hairy right now because this is
Oh,
sort of
just
a
had to go
35.
APOC too.
But
Oh,
There's
but
Monkus.
it's
he's
45%.
just gonna get on court. He's just gonna lay
I
Yeah.
think this is game.
It's game.
They can't kill
That's-
that boss in time.
Yeah, that was a really good cocoon too. All right, game
GG.
goes to Mamma Mia. I don't think anyone hit 20, huh?
No, KSS
I
hit
don't-
20. Actually, they both
yeah,
hit 20 at
KSS.
the end.
Okay, wow. Doesn't really count though, right? That was such an interesting game, and like if we look at the stat screen, you can see like 5 kills and 6 kills. There
Mhm.
was hardly any like actual real kills. And again, goes back to what I was saying about the map. You can just play the map.
You can just play the map for sure.
If there's a engagement that you don't want to take, don't take it.
So Keep Summer Safe did go with like a Lunara carry comp. I don't know if they had enough damage to pull it off.
Yeah. They didn't. Well, I think the more important thing is they didn't have any sort of real follow up for the Zul route.
I think that they
Typically
had.
when-
I think that they had a really good plan starting off. Like they're gonna 4-man bottom with like infinite sustain, and then they're gonna go Zul top to soak. And I don't think they anticipated that Mamma Mia was just going to like just
Do the
gonna
opposite.
4-man the top. Yeah, do the exact opposite, and just
I wasn't.
absolutely. I mean,
either.
to be honest, beat them at their own game, really.
that was,
I
that was an
would've-
excellent play.
The Tyrael pick, I think, kind of threw me off a little bit. I would have really liked to see Nazare or something. Like if you're gonna go early game push like that or 4-man stack, then you really got to buff that 4-man. I don't think Tyrael's
Yeah.
the answer.
But again, it's like I think it's just a matter of like who can play what, right?
Right.
And I'm not sure that Invictus plays Zarya.